Welcome back to Mr. BetonYou. Hope you guys are good. Today I got two things I want to talk about. It's going to be a short little, as I'm driving, we gonna chat, little, not ride along, but ride along. If you're new here, I do gig work in St. Louis, Missouri, and we talk about betting on you, setting goals, doing it one day at a time, using gig economy as a stepping stone. If you're an OG, I appreciate you. Now, yesterday's live, we talked about glitches. We talked about the Top Dasher glitch for this weekend. Some people thought it was a glitch. Some people thought they did it on purpose. Either way, wherever you stand with that, it is what it is. Not the end of the world. I think some people had a benefit from it. They were able to dash now, dash longer. Other people maybe didn't, maybe oversaturated their markets for that day. A lot of people last night at midnight while we were still on, and this morning, told me that their Top Dasher thing went away. Mine did as well. Overall, I think it was just a glitch. There are many different glitches within the app. You know, there just are. And DoorDash is a technology company that's not a technology company. They have an app. They basically just merge merchants with drivers in their community so they can serve their community of consumers. That's really what the app is. So, and there's a lot of glitches, and I think that was just one of them. But I think it was interesting, and I do believe in that conversation we kind of talked about how the Top Dasher program has continued to change over the last 6 months, the last year and a half. Little things have been added and or taken away, and I think that's going to continue. And I'm going to call it now, and I think the writing's on the wall. It's not going to be a monthly kind of deal with Top Dasher. It's going to be like a every 2 weeks, every week. You know, you're going to have to continue to keep those numbers up so that you can have access to Dash Now, and a lot of people like that. Now, you guys tell me down below, what do you think? How are you affected by it? Were you not, not the end of the world, wasn't a big deal, but I think it was interesting because a lot of people tend to believe DoorDash manipulates drivers. I think there are things within the app that could do that, but I also feel like if you feel you're being manipulated, you're playing the victim. You have a victim's mentality. A lot of people will not like I say that. That's the truth. I call it how I see it. If you think an app's manipulating you, you're allowing it to manipulate you. That's how you look at the world. You're probably a pretty negative person. I'm not trying to be like that. I might get frustrated, but DoorDash does not manipulate me. I make my money, or I don't make my money, and I try another app. So we gotta stop. We gotta take the emotion out of it and think they're the big bad wolf in there. If you allow them to manipulate you, they will manipulate you. That's on you. Start taking personal responsibility for what you're making out there in the gig economy. Woohoo! Some people will not like that, but that is the truth. Let's start taking personal responsibility for the money you're making in the gig economy. Don't call yourself an independent contractor. You want the freedom and flexibilities, but then you expect the apps to do things for you. It literally makes no logical sense. Now let's get into the next topic. So I want to talk a little bit about pressure. I want to talk about being anxious while you're working or whatever you're really doing. I'm going to give a little segue into what I think is going to be the topic for the Wednesday Motivational Live. If you don't know, we go live every Wednesday, 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 1 o'clock Pacific, right? And we talk about not gig work. We talk about like motivation, success, failure. We try to inspire each other. It's a fun little time. It's usually always just very positive. It's a place you can come and get some vibes. And we do that every Wednesday here on this channel. So come check it out if you haven't been a part of it. It's a live stream. I've noticed that so I want to share a little bit of something I was thinking about today in the last couple of days. I'm going to use an example today. So I went to Instacart. I was doing Instacart this morning. My first batch. It was 40-something bucks. It was a good one. It was a double. It was good. It was a good little Costco. I left my card at home. I left my little wallet deal, which it's in my pocket now. Anyways, I left it at home. And most of it, I've done that before, and it happens. I was busy this weekend. I put it somewhere, had a lot on my mind this morning when I left. I left my Instacart shopper card at home, and I thought, okay, Costco, I don't think they allow the digital card because if you don't know, if you're an Instacart shopper, you could digitize the card, put it in your Apple Pay wallet or whatever, and you could just, boop, boop, you don't even need to have the physical card. It's fantastic. And I also knew, at least I heard, you could also just pay with your personal card at merchants and then Instacart will reimburse you. So I'm in the middle of shopping. I realized I don't have my card. I'm like getting a little I was getting worried. And I was like, I got to do this though. I go up there. I can't do the digital. Costco also doesn't allow you to reimburse. I talked to a manager, somebody. I talked to somebody. Like, so sorry, can't do it. So I had to make a decision. Do I cancel it? I already shopped it. I drove back home, got my card, went back to Costco, did the shopping there. Then I had to go to Aldi, did that one there. Now, I communicated with the customers. Neither one of them said anything. I communicated with Instacart support. It is what it is, but it made me anxious. I felt the pressure. but it's only food delivery or shopping, so we shouldn't. But I felt like, man, I don't want to let these consumers down. I'm feeling a little anxious. Now I'm going to waste basically another 45 minutes of my time. I'm costing myself money because I made a gig economy mistake. I left my card at home. Like, it is what it is. It's happened before, might happen again. Listen, that's why some of y'all have the lanyards, and I'm not wearing the lanyard. I think that looks silly. I just can't do it. Sorry. But my point is pressure. When you feel, why do we feel the pressure doing this kind of work? Because mostly time is pretty easy, it's pretty laid back. Why do we feel anxious? Do you feel anxious? I feel like this kind of work is so like about getting things done quickly, getting them done timely, because you know, time is money. You want to get on to that next order as quick as possible. You don't want to waste time. We can all relate to that. We're looking at, well, I got 4 hours on the apps today, which is what I gave myself today. I want to make as much as I can. I got to be quick. I want to be efficient. I want to be fast. I want to, you want things to go smooth. And when they don't happen, it can be very frustrating. You feel the pressure, right? You feel a little anxious maybe. But I had to remind myself, Pedro, you're doing food delivery. You're delivering McDonald's and picking up people's bananas. It's not hard. It's not that big of a deal. Take pride in what you do, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not, considering everything else going on, the things that you might have, the things I might have going on, not a big deal. Like, literally not a big deal. Not something to feel the pressure about or get anxious about or frustrated. I know some of you can relate, right? I definitely get like that at times because I'm a perfectionist. I want things to go smooth. I want things to go how they should go. But that is not life, right? If anything, there's so many other things that you have going on, that we have going on, that I have going on, where I do feel the pressure. And I actually thrive in those moments. I relate it to like sports. I play a lot of basketball, did play a lot more than I do now. I really don't play any now. But I always felt most comfortable, right, when I felt like my team needed me. Or when I was at my W-2, if there was a deadline on something, I always thrived with that, feeling a little bit of pressure and anxiety and feeling like my back is against the ropes or the wall. I thrived on that. Now, that's a personal thing. Maybe some of you can relate, maybe others can't. But the reason I'm bringing it up is I felt that today, and I feel it with other things, right? But my challenge and also question is, why do we allow the gig apps to make us feel so emotional and make us feel anxious and make us make videos about this and what DoorDash is doing and Instacart and Uber? And like, what is it about the apps that makes us get so emotional? What is it about this type of work? Is it that we're alone in our cars a lot? Is it that there are frustrations? Is it that we're not an employee? Is it that some of us call ourselves business owners, independent contractors, but are we really? Do we feel some type of way about this work under the surface? Once again, this is McDonald's and picking up bananas. It's not that difficult. It's not that hard. Most of us should not feel. I should not feel this type of pressure to do this and do that and worry about $6 here, even worrying about a $50 batch. Like, I just got done actually. This last one I did was $50, 51. And it went down to 48 because there were some things that were out of stock. That's not a lot of money. A lot of us are making content, making videos, putting a comment in about small things. I want you to think about that. And while we see these orders that can be good, and the loppers and the big ones, a large order program, a good size catering, it's really not that insignificant. So how can we take the energy we give the apps every day? I'm talking about me here as well. The 5 hours, the 4 hours, the 8 hours, the 15 or 20 hours some of you guys drive. How can we take some of that emotion, that energy, that anxiety, that pressure, and apply it to something more meaningful? How can we do that? How can you do that? Once again, this video will not be for everybody. Some people won't understand what I'm saying. It depends on where you're at in life and what you value, and there's no right or wrong. But how can we do that? Imagine all the successful gig economy drivers that are out there making good money. Imagine if you just took 25% of that time and worked it on something else that would be more important, more sustainable in the long run, more impactful for you and yours around you. Now, that will be individual for everybody else. Everybody will have a different way of looking at that. But I think about that more and more each day as I'm out here having a good day, a rough day, a bad day, a frustrating day. My anxiety's high, I'm chill. It's like, wow, these gig apps really have a lot of my time and energy, less than I've ever had, like compared to last year, but more than I'd like, right? More than I'd like. So I have to, and I think some of you guys can relate. We talk about leveling up, betting on ourselves. We give too much energy to the time, or to the apps, to even making YouTube videos sometimes. And I believe a lot of us can be way more impactful doing other things. That's the message today. That's what I have on my mind. Some of you can relate, I hope. Drop a comment what you think. Drop a comment about the glitches. What do you think about that? There are a lot of glitches, guys, on DoorDash. It is what it is. There's a lot of it. They're just there. They're going to continue to happen. And when they happen, be measured. Be chill if you can. Relax. All caps. It's okay. It's all good. It won't be the first glitch. It won't be the last glitch. DoorDash will fix glitches. They won't fix glitches. It is what it is. Part of being an independent contractor is dealing and navigating through those type of glitches, dealing and navigating with the pressure, the anxiety, whatever you put on yourself, especially if you're out there a lot. It can be a struggle. It can be a grind. But at the end of the day, it's actually pretty insignificant if you think about it. Very insignificant, actually. This is only what we do to make money and to make a living and provide, which are important things, but it's not who you are. Don't allow the gig economy, don't allow DoorDash to take so much of your energy and worrying about Tony and worrying about this. It's an app. You turn it on, you turn it off. I hope you navigate through this way. All my new people, tips, tricks here and there, this way. I want you to maximize your opportunities and then continue to grind and move on to bigger and better pastures if you want to. And if you're a full-timer and you want to do this work forever, hey, I salute you. It's all good. Just be ready to adapt. Know these apps will change. Know that if you give them too much of your energy, you will hit a wall at some point. We're going to continue to see that trend, I believe, on YouTube and in groups. People hitting this gig work wall. It's coming. So just know when it comes, be prepared and be ready. You guys are amazing. You guys are fantastic. Check out the live on Wednesday. A lot of information coming this week and the beginning of next week about the GigCon 2023. If you're unaware of it, check my community. The last couple community posts about it. Go ahead and put your vote if you're interested in coming. It's August 4th in Denver, Colorado. The gig event of the year. This would be the second one. It's an annual thing. Nobody's ever really done something like this. And I'm the man to put this together for you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Also, if you're watching this, you're special because you're watching the whole video. Appreciate you. Remember what we talked about a few weeks ago about who you surround yourself with, who you give your energy to, right? Remember that 30-day challenge? Some of you guys said, I think I'm going to try that. Try something different for 30 days, especially the people you associate with that might be negative, what you do that might be negative, that could be taking and draining your energy. Try it for 30 days. I promise you, I'm almost giving you like your money back guarantee. You'll feel better about a lot of things if you begin to separate yourself from individuals that are negative or toxic in your life. Just a reminder, keep grinding, take care of you in a better way before you can take care of other people around you, and separate yourself from the negativity and all the BS that is insignificant. Catch you later. If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.